So now we've got our frame assembled and ready to put up on the wall. We've got it laid out in front of us here. Typically you're going to need some extra space in front of the sliding glass door in order to lift this unit up onto the wall. So let's get behind it. Ideally we want to kind of center it. The nice thing about Palm Beach is it's pretty reinforced, so we can kind of move it freely from side to side. We've got our system up on the sliding glass door. The first thing we've got to do is we need to make sure that we have a nice even gap of about 1/4 inch, if we measured it right, from side to side. So it looks like we're, even though we'll just let it rest for a second while we grab some installation screws. Again, we're going to use our number 2 Robertson bit. It's a 2-inch screw. All Palm Beach installation screws are the same. We'll kind of start in this corner just to give us a start somewhere. All right, so let's get it back to that 1/4 inch reveal that we need. Somewhere right around there. And we'll get that baby installed. So secondly, we'll put another screw right up here in the top. Again, just to secure this corner. All right. So now that we've got a couple of them in, one on the side frame, one on the top frame, now we want to go grab our level, and we're going to level this all the way across. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move from right to left across here, and we're going to install all of these. It looks like we've only got 4 to worry about, so that's kind of nice on a smaller unit like this. So let's see. One of the things I kind of want you to notice is, well, right up here we're at dead zeros on the level, but you notice there's a little bit of sagging that goes on in a frame that's this size. When we get much wider with these slider applications, the sag in the center becomes even worse. So you want to make sure when you're installing these middle screws that you kind of push up on the frame just a little bit, and that gives it a little bit of extra support. And that kind of helps us counteract any sagging we're going to get. All right, we're right at almost perfect zeros again. So I think we're in good shape. All right, only one more to go. All right, and just like we did the other side, we're going to go ahead and put one right up in this corner as well. So now that we've got our top frame leveled out and we've got our side frames kind of partially attached, it's time for us to actually completely install our support brackets. So to install our support brackets, we're going to use a little bit shorter screw, a 1.5. But we do want to make sure that we secure these very well. Ideally, in planning out the installation of these, we're able to hit some type of header up above the window. If you don't think there's a header above the window, we might have to space these brackets out to make sure that we hit some type of wall studs. It's very important that we get great support and a great bite on these support brackets. So one of the things that you want to address before you start installing these aluminum tracks is to go ahead and find your button caps. And what we need to do is actually cap off these holes. It's a lot easier to do that now instead of after we've already installed our aluminum tracks. So remember, on the aluminum tracks, we did mark them front and back, left and right. So if I'm reading this here, this is back and this is left. So I know the orientation already. I'm going to go ahead and just set it in place temporarily while I grab my installation screws. These are a 1-inch number 2 Robertson, just like we showed you before. So let's go ahead and get to installing this. I always start from the middle. This should be pretty simple since we've pre-drilled these already. And I've got my friction brake installed on the left-hand side so my rollers can't come out. I'm going to put my track fully in, and let's see. Hey, boy, we were right on the money. So it doesn't matter which order you put these in, but boy, trust me from experience, having these pre-drilled for you and having done that step early on is going to save you a ton of time and frustration. So we've got our back track installed. Now it's time to move on to the front.